Hi, and welcome along to One Way Football. As the recap and obviously our predictions. We're going to be talking about the league. The league is back finally again. And we have Johnny back with us again. Hi, Johnny. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? You all right? Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year's,
Happy
yeah.
New Year.
Yeah, good. Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, nice to have a few days off. Back to it tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. Before we get into anything, though, I mean, yesterday's game.
The Tottenham game, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest with you, there's a lot of problems at Tottenham right now. From a wonderful chairman down to a manager who, quite frankly, doesn't seem to have a clue what he's doing with these players, to be honest. And don't get me wrong, they're not the greatest players in the Premier League, but they're better than that.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. There's just it'd be a 4-hour show if I carried on with them, but at the minute it's not good. However,
it just doesn't seem that what Conte's style of football is not settling into the team and the players.
There is no style of football. It's get the ball, pass it back, pass it sideways. There's no Son's turned into a lump of wood. I don't know what's happened to him. Just fundamental problems from the top to the bottom, and the problem is, I think, because Arsenal are flying high at the top of the league, that doesn't help.
No, but
this is a big problem for Tottenham, and Arsenal fans are probably loving this right now. I don't blame you, to be honest. If it was the other way around, we'll be loving it. But the only saving grace really is we've got to play you in 2 weeks, and we've really got to step up. But it's not good. Yesterday was absolutely atrocious. That's the worst performance I've seen in many, many years, and it has to stop.
Yeah,
something has to change. Something has to change.
I truly thought that because I said to you at the beginning of the season that it could be like a London race for the title, and now it's just you've kind of just really slipped away from that, the momentum, because you did. To be fair, like the first half of the season, you did all right up until a certain point, and we were saying you're undefeated.
Yeah, but the problem was he wasn't playing very well. So we were getting results, and that weren't reflecting the result. We can't keep going 2-0 down in games. We can't keep doing this. And then playing second half. I mean, yesterday was an absolute... I mean, Hugo Lloris, how on earth he's still lauded as a great keeper is beyond me. I mean, there's so much wrong now. From top to... There's so much wrong. We've got Jed Spence, a player who he doesn't want to play. I'm just baffled by it, and Conte. I'm baffled by it.
Yeah.
So I'm firmly Conte out. I don't care who listens to this and who says I'm wrong. I want him gone.
But how many seasons has he been there now for? 2?
Well, this is his first full one, and he was there for 6, obviously half the season last season. And to be quite honest with you, we got fourth last year. How we got fourth, I do not know, but we did. You threw it away. We weren't particularly great, but you threw it away.
Yeah.
No, we're fourth. We're lucky if we get 6 this year at this rate. I think I laughed at Ed. Was it Ed? I think a few months ago he said Newcastle can get top 4.
Yeah.
Was it Ed who said that? Yeah. Do you know what? He could be right.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, it was no use. I think you put Newcastle in 5th. I think it was 5th.
To be honest with you, I still think they'll finish outside the top 4. I really do. But they're playing well. I was at when we played them at the Lane. They played us off the park.
Yeah, I think I didn't actually watch the full game yesterday of Tottenham, but
well, you're lucky.
Yeah, well, Kulusevski, right? What was happening?
Yeah. Well, apparently he got injured in training 2 days before, so he's got a hamstring injury, so it could be another couple of games out. Right. But he's a massive lot. I mean, you see how bad he was. They put a stat up yesterday on Sky. Without him, we've not won a game. When he doesn't play, we don't win.
No,
it's just but we can't be relying on this. It's so negative. I think we had this conversation when Mourinho was in charge. It's the same conversation.
Yeah, it was
negative football.
It was very similar. But then again, I'm like looking at it as because obviously I've now warmed to the fact that Arteta's doing well. But if you look 2 seasons prior to this, I was exactly the same with Arteta. It was like he was probably being too nice in the back room, or he's not digging into him. But he's changed it around now. So maybe this is the kind of saying that we always say: the managers need time.
They do need time, and I think, you know, with Pochettino, did we get rid of him too soon? Oh, he was on a very bad run at the time, but we were playing great football up until then. I mean, it was, you know, we were playing great stuff. It was good to watch. We nearly won the league. We nearly won the Champions League. Well, okay, we didn't win it, but at least we were there.
You got to a final, yeah.
You're competing.
Yeah.
So you go again the following year. And you know, Daniel Levy's got a big part to play in this. Spend the money. We've gone backwards since that Champions League final.
Yeah.
They should, you know, as a club, they should be going, do you know what? We got to the Champions League final. We lost. Let's go again next year. Let's go and push again. Buy more players, get in there and go and win it again. Or get to the final again. No, it's not happening. What I will say is, I know Ed's waiting there. What I will say is, the only saving grace now for Tottenham is the Champions League, and people laugh at me and say this, but I think we play a lot better in that competition than we do in the Premier League. We look a different team.
Yeah,
we've got AC Milan home and away, and they're beatable.
It's the same with Liverpool. Liverpool is
exactly the same. Yeah, exactly. And Chelsea did it when they won it. I think they finished 8th that year when they won it with Drogba's header. You know, so it's just different competitions. I just think we'll do a lot better in the Champions League than the league this season. So I wouldn't rule anything out just yet.
It's not like you. It's not. Sorry, I've lost my voice actually. It's not like you didn't have a bad transfer window last summer.
Yeah, we bought well. And probably with Conte is if you listen to his interviews, I don't know if you listen to them or not, but he just blames everyone else. I spoke to the board. I wanted this. I want that. I need money. We can't compete. But listen, mate, your tactics are useless. Kane had his first touch on 20 minutes yesterday. 20 minutes was his first touch. That ain't good enough. So there's big problems at Tottenham from top to bottom at the minute. And we've been in this position before. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. And
I feel sorry for Son. Son is a quality player.
Well, Son, yeah, you know, it's never gonna end until the little bald man, who's the cash man, Mr. Levy, goes. Once he goes, maybe we have a chance. I mean, it's been too long now. We're better than this. And you know, and you want to be top 4 club, you've got to behave like one.
I mean, like take Arsenal for instance. You know, with our protests against the Cronkies and that. I think once you have that kind of voice and you make a stand, they do have to respond, don't they, with some kind of.
But the problem with Tottenham fans is they go to these games. They're saying his name, Levy, out for about 30 seconds yesterday. You need more.
Yeah.
You need more people to keep doing it. It was a lovely day out. You know, lovely stadium, lovely bit of food. It's a lovely day out.
Yeah.
But when you're watching that football every week, it's got to stop.
Who's your next games coming up then? So you've got.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah. So we've got Crystal Palace on Wednesday night away. Yeah. I don't hold out of any hope for anything there. Yeah. And then we've got Portsmouth in the FA Cup.
And then you got us.
And then we got you on the following Sunday. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though,
and just to let you know, 4 days after that, we've got Man City as well. Just to
you got Man City. Yeah.
Just to throw that in there as well.
I mean, like I've been telling everyone as well, when Arsenal goes to Tottenham, you know, nothing's ever like for the last 6 seasons. It's not been like no one's. I don't think has won away. There's always been a draw, or you know, or the home team's always won. Mm-hmm. So you know, you get 3 points.
Don't rule out Tottenham beating you. To be honest with you, I mean,
I can't rule that out anyway.
No, I mean, you know, as poor as it is, it's an North London derby, and at the end of the day, it's a different game altogether. But I'll be happy with a draw right now. That's my honest truth of it.
I think derbies are like. I think if you walk away with a draw anyway, it's a good day.
I think so. But in your position where you are now, as 2 Arsenal fans on this video, I think really you should be thinking now that you're going to take all 3 points. You've got Man City coming up soon. I know it's in February, the rearranged game. That's your game in hand. So there's a long way to. When people say there's a long way to go, there isn't. It's half the season left, but. You put on a run of 3 or 4 defeats. If Tottenham win, you got to, you know, that momentum could go. But in a minute,
tomorrow, I'm not confident with this one either because they're like on form at the moment. I don't know what your thoughts are, Ed, on the Newcastle game tomorrow. Are you confident?
There's a bit of worry. I know they've been flying this season. Like, they are a very, very good side. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. Would you be happy with a draw? I mean, we're at home,
yeah,
so
definitely.
at the moment, our record at home's been quite good. So, you'd expect us to maybe go out full guns blazing, 3 points. But like we said before, Newcastle, they're a different side at the moment. They're building. You can see they're building things with that team. Eddie Howe. He's just he's you can't. When Eddie Howe went to Newcastle, I was a bit like. The whole he came from Bournemouth,
yeah,
and going to like a club, because we always see Newcastle as maybe a mid-table team, but in history and the stature of that club, you'd have thought that a bigger manager might have went there, but Eddie Howe, he's proven himself to be the manager. I mean, there was talks about him going to England.
I'd take that.
Would you take that, Johnny? Eddie Howe to England?
Yeah, Eddie Howe. I mean, let's be honest, he Bournemouth are in this position now because of him. Premier League side because of him.
Yeah.
What he's doing at Newcastle, they've not spent crazy. They spent well and wisely, and there's going to be more to come from Newcastle because they've got the money, and they are slowly just edging into that top four.
Yeah.
Category. Whether or not it will last, I don't know how many years this will last for them, but there's no way Eddie Howe is moving from Newcastle going anywhere else because he's got it lovely there.
Oh yeah.
He's doing a great job. He's a great manager. Yeah, and I think he's a better manager than Southgate. I really do.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing he would move for is the England job, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't go into this game tomorrow with like a straight head, because I can see maybe there being a lot of goals. It's maybe 2-2. I'll probably go 2-2 on this game. Again, a point, one of the top four at the moment, so I'd be kind of happy with that. But the Tottenham game after that, I mean, we've got 3 hard games right there anyway. So we've got Newcastle, then we've got Hughes, and then we've got United, who beat us. Is the only team to beat us so far.
And this is what I was saying there. This is where your mentality needs to be now. If you're top of that league, you're 7 points clear. These next 3 games, you've got to win them. If you could walk away with 1 point out of those 3. You just don't know. You could walk away with 9, but you've got to have the winning mentality, because Man City, they won't drop many more points now, I don't think. And it was a terrible result for them against Everton, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Haaland's too busy. He was too busy trying to have it with that Godfrey fella. And
did you see that? Yeah, I seen that.
It was crazy. Just play your game. He was lucky to stay on the pitch, actually. He should have had a red card.
He threw his dummy out the pram, didn't he?
Yeah, he should have had a red card. It was very high tackling. He got yellow for it, and it was looked at. But this is, Man City have to, they're a good side, and I still think Man City will win it. But if you're going to win the league, you've got to win your games. And the Man United Tottenham game, really, Newcastle, they're the 3 now that you need to really focus on. It's going to be tough.
I mean, the race for top 4 might be a bit interesting as well, because I mean, even let's just quickly talk about it. Fulham sitting in 7th place, only 7 points behind Man United in 4th, and that's only a couple of games.
We've seen this before, though, where these smaller sides have a nice little start to the season, but we already know 2 of the 4 in that top 4. That's Man City and Arsenal.
Yeah,
that's for me, it's 100%. Even if you lose your next 3, you're still going to be in the top 4.
Yeah.
So they're the 2. So it's between United, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Chelsea. And to be quite honest with you, none of those 4 are playing particularly well. You would fancy Liverpool to nick it, actually.
Yeah,
they beat Brentford tonight. I think they will. Yeah, and this is what the good teams do. Chelsea, I can't see getting top 4. I don't think they're good enough.
So
it's between really. Well, yeah, it's between United and Spurs for that 4th spot. And at the minute, you fancy United.
Yeah.
We've got to be brutally honest here. You know,
They,
you would say
Man
so.
United, as we just like move on to Man United quickly. Like they so much better without Ronaldo there.
Yeah, they're never going to go away, Man United. They're always going to have little runs of wins. They're going to put pockets of wins together. They beat, obviously, the only team to beat you is them this season. But they look a good side. Rashford's always been a good player. I'm not understanding why all of a sudden people are going, oh, you know, he's the best English striker. He's always been a good player.
Yeah, he's always been good. I've
He's
always
always
rated
been a
him.
good player.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
he never gets onto the first team sheet.
Well, I think he will now.
Yeah.
I think he will now. But yeah, he's always been a good player, Rashford. So I don't understand the hype with him. You know, he's great. But it all depends really on who they need. A few players.
Yeah.
They need a few players. But you know, I don't understand the Harry Maguire thing either. I don't understand why he's not getting a game. Now, who's better than him? They've got Varane, you know, who's a decent centre back, but surely Maguire has to start. I don't understand the logic.
Well,
So I've always rated Maguire, to be fair.
have you really?
Always from day one. I've never slagged him.
Harry
Look
Maguire.
at all the videos in there.
You're talking about the same Harry Maguire, right?
I think he's a great player. I do. I really do. I think Man United have ruined him. There's certain,
then yeah, I suppose.
but it's true though. There's certain players that go to certain clubs and they get ruined. Mourinho is renowned for it. Luke Shaw, for example, under Mourinho, he was awful because Mourinho didn't want him. So you know, it puts a player in that kind of mindset. Well, why should I play for Man United if I'm not getting picked? For England, he's a different character because he's, you know, and I trust Southgate's mentality than Ten Hag's, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do. I think Maguire's a decent player. I'll take him at Tottenham tomorrow because he's better than what we got right now. He's better than Eric Dyer, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. See, look, he's better than Eric Dyer. He's better than Sanchez. He's better than Tanganga. Just sign him.
Yeah. Let's quickly talk about the team that have paid out the most money. I think for the last 2 seasons, Chelsea. What is going on there? It's just I can't. There's another team that I can't understand. By all these good, like they're decent players as well. I think that like I've always said this, that the Harry Potterhead was maybe a bit of a rush to get a manager in. He's not the right manager for Chelsea. Brighton are probably doing a lot better than they were with him as well. They're doing a lot better. Like they're doing good. They're a point behind Chelsea as well. What is going on with Chelsea? I can't understand it. If you think about it, they're 18 points off of us. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, long may it continue. To be honest, I mean all they've done is throw money at that team for years, and they've had success out of it. But you're right, Potter's not the right man. Again, don't rule out Chelsea going on a run in the Champions League either, because that's what they do. It's very, very rare.
They're the same as Fulham, aren't they? So they're 7 points off. Yeah,
exactly. It's very rare. It's very rare for Chelsea to come away without a trophy. So never rule them out. But league-wise, they're not top 4. I don't know if Ed agrees with that, but I don't think they're top 4, to be honest.
I mean, they've scored 20 goals and conceded 18.
Yeah, so they're not scoring. This is the problem. They've got no. I mean, who they got up front? What's happened to your mate Aubameyang?
Aubameyang, yeah, exactly. What did I say? I fucking told everyone this. He's going to be a massive flop again.
Yeah. Well, apart from him, who else have they got?
Sterling.
Yeah, well, Sterling's a. Well, he got him out of jail yesterday, but yeah, I mean, they should have got beat by Forest. I thought yesterday. I thought Forest were the better side.
Yeah,
they were lucky to get away with a point, but they're not great. They're not great.
How many more times is Chelsea going to go into the transfer window and just dish out cash? And as to be fair, now they haven't got these Russians behind them anymore.
Yeah, but they've got the American. He's got a bit of cash, hasn't he?
Yeah, we all know how Americans can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Also, this is a little bit. It's going to sound a bit weird. I don't know if a few boys have noticed it, but when you watch Chelsea play at home, they dim the lights in the where the fans are in the stands. They dim the lights. It just looks pitch black there.
Yeah.
And the whole mood changes. And I don't know if any Chelsea fans are watching this or listening to it, but I just feel that it's a very negative atmosphere in that stadium. It's not up there with the best stadiums in Europe.
No.
And
have they got plans to build a new one, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got this fancy looking 60,000 thing that looks dreadful, to be honest. But I just the whole. I don't know, just watch a game live when you see them at home. Just they dim those lights in the. It's just bizarre. The whole thing's just weird. I don't know. I mean, if I was the owner of that club, I'd sort that right out.
Yeah.
There's no light. There's no life there.
Yeah. Chelsea though, they should be doing a lot better than with the players that they have, they should be up there. I think they should be in Newcastle's spot. I think
Newcastle's a better side right now.
Well, no, they are a better side because obviously it's on paper. But I'm saying with the team that Chelsea have got and the money that they've spent, I think they've spent like 500 million or something like that.
A lot of cash.
It's a lot of cash.
And they've got it normally they get it right. 9 times out of 10 they get it right. This time just doesn't seem so right. They can finish top 4. They won't, but they can. But they need to get a run. Yeah, and I can't see them get there because there's no one scoring the goals for them. They've got no goals, 20 goals all season.
Yeah.
Haaland scored how many? 19 on his own.
Yeah.
There you go. It says it all.
Oh, if only Ollie came on this show today.
Well, we could talk about Haaland if you like. I mean, yet again, nothing's changed since the last time we spoke, boys. Tapping in. I mean, I took my boy to the park today, right? He was tapping in goals. I mean, he can score 19 goals like that. Yeah. Just tapping them in. I mean, it's just. This is
what I said about Nketiah up front for us. Is that he doesn't work for the ball like Jesus does. He sits by the box waiting for the ball to come to him, and that's not what we need.
No, but it's all well and good. As long as they're scoring. I mean, don't get me wrong, Haaland's scoring goals, but I mean, somebody told me the other day he was better than Mbappe. I haven't spoken to that person since, to be honest. Anyone can think he's better than Mbappe. It's beyond belief. But
Hey, Ollie, if you are watching this, comment below: is that Mbappe better than Haaland?
Well, he is.
He is. Say, yeah.
But he has to be. Yes, he's got so much more to his game. But I mean, how many would Mbappe? Let's be honest, lads. How many would Mbappe score in that Man City team? Let's be honest. It'd probably be the same.
Yeah. Well, like we've always said, City have got 2 starting 11s, so they've got the service there to score them goals.
What I was going to ask you both actually on Arsenal, because this is another thing. So, do you think that you've got enough depth there to go on a title run? Because I'm just thinking, you've already got Jesus injured. If you get Martinelli injured or one of your bigger players, Saka, have you got enough cover there? That's the only thing I think. When you mentioned the 2 11s for Man City, do you both think that you've got enough depth? I don't think you have.
I believe we're going to say Mudryk, so that's Martinelli covered.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the right side, I would like to see someone there. I would like to give Marquinhos or Nelson a chance, but Nelson's injured, so Marquinhos is the only option.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I was being realistic, I know we got next week from Felix, so maybe loan him in until Jesus is back. Then you can play him on the right side or in centre front because he could easily do both, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. If you bring Mudryk in, then he'll play in Martinelli's position, and then he'll probably put Martinelli up front as a striker for now.
Fair enough. You know your team better than I do, but I just seems a little bit threadbare. That's the only thing. But listen, time will tell. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Arsenal win the league, you won't hear from me for 2 or 3 months.
We've got to. The thing with Arsenal is we've got to with Jesus as well. We've got to get through these next 6 games that he's out for. If he can come back a bit sooner than that, then it's a bonus.
Was he not? He wasn't scoring anyway, was he? Before he got injured, was he not 8 or 9 games without a goal?
Like I said before, what he's doing is he's holding on to the ball. The ball sticks to his feet. Like he can pass 3 or 4 defenders and still have the ball on him. He's got the tactics and he's very skillful. The way he plays, and it's a massive loss when he's not there. and obviously like Martinelli and Saka, sometimes I think Saka gets a bit too greedy with the ball. But yeah, like I said, Nketiah up front, he's not. I don't think he's strong enough to be a main striker for us. Martinelli might be better up front.
Yeah.
So I even on the West Ham game when we was down 1-0 into half time, and I was like thinking to myself, we're paying this kid 100 grand a week to wear the iconic 14 shirt, and he's not doing anything, just stood there most of the game. And then ironically, he went and scored. So I was like, oh shit, I've just been slagging him.
To be fair, us three could score against West Ham. I mean, when that game came on, I thought, you know what, this is a guaranteed Arsenal win. I mean, West Ham, absolutely. I mean, can we talk about West Ham?
Yeah. I mean, look at them. They're on the same points as Forest in relegation, 14.
Absolutely. Do you know how? I don't know how many times I have to say this, right, about West Ham. I say every time I'm on here, but they're absolutely atrocious. They've been atrocious for 60 years, and nothing's ever going to change. They're going about Tottenham. Oh, we haven't won a trophy. When's the last time they won one?
I mean, if they were in a relegation battle, that would be funny. But basically,
they have to be. David Moyes, how on earth
has he still got a job?
Do you know what? If he stays there, they're down. The only thing that can save them is him going. I actually think Lampard will go to West Ham, and Moyes will go back to Everton. I think they're going to swap over. Yeah, but because Lampard started at West Ham, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's about his level. It's about his level. And Moyes, I just think that's. But West Ham, I'm praying. I don't know what's worse, you winning the league or West Ham staying up. If you win the league and then West Ham go down, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Season.
I'll take that. Yeah. I'm not happy if you win the league, but them going down would be great.
Yeah, like West Ham, I don't understand it. They were like sitting in for 5th this time last season.
This is the thing. And again, we had this chat. Oh, West Ham are doing well. I said, they're not. It's a full story. Yeah, that little run in Europe in that Europa League, and they got beat in the semi-final. Now look at them.
Yeah.
Inept, rubbish. Antonio, what is this player? This guy. Oh, gee. Honestly, I don't know if you agree with me, but I've never seen a more rigid, static striker than him. He's hopeless.
Yeah. Right. Before we wrap this up, anyway, I just want to go quickly. We're going to go do our quick predictions through the week to the weekend.
Okay. Go to Ed first.
I want to just quickly, Johnny, your top 4.
Oh, top 4.
Yeah.
In any order.
Halfway through the season.
In any order, top 4: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham 5th, Chelsea 6th. Yeah, I have to, on the way how it is right now.
Yeah,
that's how it's going to be.
Right,
yeah, but again, it could all change in a couple of months. But right now, that's the top 4 for me.
Ed?
Tottenham 5th. Yeah.
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle.
City, Liverpool.
Yeah, that's in no order.
That's in no particular order. Yeah, fair enough.
Right, okay. I'm going to go, City, Arsenal. I'm going to go for a weird one. Man United 3rd.
Yeah.
And Tottenham 4th.
Have you seen us play, James?
No, but you can only improve. You can only improve, can't you?
It can't get any worse, that's true.
Right, we're going to go through our predictions for the games that are just coming up over the weekend. So, Everton versus Brighton.
Go to Ed first. Go on, Ed.
Ed?
I'll go 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. Johnny?
Yeah, I'll go 3-0 Brighton.
I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton. Leicester, Fulham. Ed?
2-0 Leicester.
This is an interesting game. I think Leicester are not playing that bad football, to be honest.
He's another one. Rodgers, how comes he's still there?
Well, he should have gone earlier, but they kept him, and he's sort of got them a bit more still. I'm going to go 1-1 draw there. I think they're two not so bad football sides, to be honest. Yeah, 1-1.
I'm going to go 1-0 Fulham. Arsenal, Newcastle. You can go first on this one, Johnny. Go on.
Yeah, well, I have to go with Newcastle. There's no other. I can't do anything else. So I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. I have no choice.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ed?
Fingers crossed, 3-2 Arsenal.
3-2, Arsenal, a lot of goals. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. Man United versus Bournemouth. Ed?
4-0 United.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's as clear cut as that. I think Bournemouth are not a bad side. I'll go. I'll go the 1-0 Man United. I think I'll just scrape over the line this one. 1-0.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I think 1-0. 1-0 Man United. Southampton Forest. Johnny?
Jesus Christ, Southampton are absolutely diabolical. Diabolical. The worst team in the division. Forest looks okay. I'm gonna go for Southampton win 1-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ed?
Southampton's misery is my pleasure, so I'm going to go 2-0 Forest.
Okay, fair enough. Why? Can I just ask why that is?
I'm gonna go 0-0.
Because I cannot stand Southampton in any way, shape, or form.
Fair enough.
I probably hate Southampton more than I hate Tottenham.
I don't believe that for a second.
Right, John, right, moving on quickly. I ain't got a lot of time. Leeds versus West Ham. Johnny?
Oh, good Lord. Come on, the Leeds. 6-0 Leeds. We go for 6. We're going to batter them. And Moyes will be sacked come next weekend. 6-0.
Okay, Eddie?
1-1.
1-1. I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds. Aston Villa versus Wolves. Ed?
2-0 Villa.
2-0 Villa. Okay.
This is a derby, isn't it? They're next door to each other. Lopetegui in charge there. Looks all right. Score, draw, written all over it. Let's go 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 0-0. I think both teams are
2-0
shot anyway. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. Johnny?
Whatever you want. 1-0 Tottenham.
Ed?
Goalless draw.
Yeah.
Goalless draw. I'm going to go... I think Tottenham will come back 2-0 Tottenham. 2-0 Tottenham.
Yeah.
Chelsea versus Manchester City, a big one here. Johnny?
Do you know what? The amount of luck you lot are getting right now wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea win this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Chelsea 0, Man City 2.
Okay then, Ed?
I'm going to go Chelsea 1, City 4.
Oh, okay.
Realistic. Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah.
Another draw.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's FA Cup over the weekend, so we'll probably do a separate video on that. If you can't make it, join me and Ed will do the FA Cup on maybe Thursday night. But that is all of our predictions over for the rest of the Premier League games. Just very quickly, we've got a couple of minutes just to go through this quickly. Favourites to win the FA Cup, Johnny? I mean, it's anyone's, but who would you go for?
Man City.
Okay, Ed?
I'd probably say Liverpool.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'd probably go Man City as well. I mean, if, like I say, if Chelsea do pull something out of the bag on City, I mean, Pep wants the Champions League. Is he going to go for another trophy, maybe, somewhere along the way?
Yeah, Champions League is this, I'm not sure, to be honest, if they're going to get that.
No.
But the Man City go out to win every competition. There's no doubt about it. They'll go out to try and win. They love that Carabao Cup, don't they?
Yeah. They love doing that. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so, he'll go for every competition he can.
Yeah. Right, lads, I've got to wrap it up there, but thank you very much for joining us. Johnny, love to see you back on the show again.
Thank you.
I hope things do turn around.
You don't mean that.
I don't know.
And I hope you don't win the league. Yeah, there we are.
Again, lads, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video and share all our content. And we shall see you for our next video. Lads, thank you very much. Take care.
Cheers, James. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers, Jed.
Bye. Bye.